Years? Four plus years. We have graduated over 1,000 children from the program. We currently have over 1,000 children enrolled. We voted last week to wipe out our wait list of 72 children, which we did. Those children are all enrolled, and we currently have another wait list starting. We only supply as many children as we feel like we can fiscally afford. So the donation from the Pulaski County Fiscal Court is just a phenomenal boost to us. This year's donation will supply close to 85 children in Pulaski County with these books. So we are extremely grateful, and we will give you information for future support, but the current support is much needed, greatly appreciated. Early education for our children is one of the most important things we can give them. Reading, as most of you all know, is the basic fundamental for everything else we do in life, even math, science, and the STEM programs. So we greatly appreciate and thank Fiscal Court for their consideration. And I think we were hoping that we would be able to do a photo with a facsimile of the check and Dolly.
Well, sure.
Cardboard Dolly. Yeah.
We gave it. We've already given it.
The people with me are our board, some of our board members. And you'll excuse us when we leave early, but some are still working.
She's your sister? That's fine. Just if y'all want to just come up and however y'all want to do it. I'm sure that the magistrates y'all want to gather around.
I feel more inadequate now.
Joan, would you like to gather?
Thankfully, y'all are offshore.
You two dip a little. You two dip a little. Can you dip in?
How's your favorite students?
I can't hold this stomach yet much longer.
You let it out.
Thank you all. Appreciate you. Y'all have. Thank you all.
You've got a while till your stomach gets out. You've got to hold yours out for a long time. Andrea.
Next item and then on the agenda will be road additions and removals. We've had some road hearings for the past couple of weeks, and we've got a few to address here. In the first district, we have two. We've got Jasmine Way. The hearing was held. There was nobody in opposition to that road being brought into the county road system. So what would be your pleasure there?
Motion, take it in.
Second. Motion and a second. Any
Non-conformant, though.
It's a non-conforming.
Yeah.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? And the next one in the first district, we have Stormy Drive. And we did have a hearing. There were some present that were for and against for various reasons. Now, I know Dan has done a lot of research on the road and the neighborhood there. Do you have something you want to report to the magistrates regarding?
That's Heartland Drive is the last road on the right, Oak Hill, before it gets to Slate Ranch. That Heartland is a subdivision and has restrictions. And so what we need to do is put in the minutes is that the properties as they are grandfathered in, therefore they won't be bound by any restrictions that were put in place when they developed Heartland subdivision.
They're not. The road's not a part of that subdivision, right?
Well, yes, actually it's a continuation off that road, and the question is those properties making sure they're grandfathered in as is. They're not bound by the restrictions if they are with that subdivision.
Are they a part of the plat of the subdivision?
They're not a part of the
No,
plat.
they're not.
Okay, so then they're not a part of the subdivision.
Right. That was just to make sure in the minutes that they're not.
Well, I don't know that the court can,
Can say whether it's gonna be
Yeah.
or not be.
I mean, you can take the road in, but, I don't know that, I wouldn't be comfortable with the court
Saying it's in the
making a
subdivision or
decision
not.
on whether or not the restrictions of the subdivision apply to that road. But if it's not on the platted subdivision, then it shouldn't be a part of any restrictions.
And I think that's the case, and we just want to make sure when we take that in that it doesn't change what was previously there before.
I don't think that's anything this court has jurisdiction
So
over.
do we need to note that in our motion or anything, that it's
We're
not?
just doing
in-
the road. We don't have any say-so on the property around it or anything. We're just doing the road.
Motion to take it in.
Second.
We got a motion and a second to take that road in. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Then we move to in the second district, we have Clearview Drive. We also had a road hearing on Clearview. It was a non-conforming road, but there was no opposition present to bringing this road in.
Motion to take it
We have a motion to bring this in. We have a second.
in. Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? We move them to the fourth district. We have Omega Hills Drive. It is also a non-conforming road.
Can I
thought
say
that was a
something about
blacktop.
non-conforming? I mean, I think everybody knows this, but there's a statutory requirement that there's a 30-foot right-of-way. Every road taken in has to have a 30-foot right-of-way if the topography allows for it. So when we say non-conforming, we're only talking about those 2 or 3 sections of the guidelines that were approved by fiscal court that relate to basically, long story short, blacktop. Because a conforming road would be one that's blacktopped and meets all of those guideline requirements. A non-conforming would, including a
up to blacktop.
30-foot right-of-way. Non-conforming meets everything except the blacktop standard. So
Still have to have 30.
still got to have a 30-foot right-of-way. Doesn't matter about the road.
Still have to have a certain number of homes on it and all that.
I know y'all knew that, but I just wanted to clarify it.
Okay, and then at this hearing, there was no opposition to bringing this road into the county. So what would be your pleasure here?
Motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed?
That's what made me bring it up, is Mr. Hines apparently said wanted to keep the 30-foot right-of-way, which that would be a requirement anyway.
And then finally, in the fifth district, we have Nature's Valley Drive. It is a conforming road. No opposition was present at the hearing. It would be your pleasure with.
Motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item then on the agenda will be, we've got the jail personnel policy, 3.09 work and compensation pay scale. Taylor, did you want to address the court?
Judge, I'd like to this time, we're not able to simplify the wording in that right now that we're comfortable with, that we feel like that you all be comfortable with, so we're just gonna, right now, just go by what we currently have until we can get this corrected, and hopefully we can get it corrected. If not, we'll move forward with that.
Okay. And for the benefit of those listening online, the jailer has requested just to postpone this for now. So we will discuss it at a later time. Thank you. All right, we'll move along to new business then. We have Cumberland's Work Experience Program. Somebody representative of that group here? basically, we have a contract then that probably require my signature. Basically, it's the program where we give space to this group, and in return, they give, they put, I guess, the senior citizens, is that what they hire to work in our courthouse, and they clean various departments in return for the space. So we'll just need to renew that contract if you'd be all right with you all.
Steve,
This
this
is-
is the summer
work.
workers.
Oh, I'm
not
sorry, I had the
the-
wrong group then.
Thank you, Leslie.
I'm sorry about that. Well, this is the program then where we take the interns, the youth after they get done with school, and we get to keep them through June 1st, I think is the.
It is this year.
Yeah, motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to get into this program. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? I'm sorry about the confusion. I know the other one's coming up soon as well, so I thought that's what this was. Okay, next item on the agenda is County Clerk, presentation of excess fees. Linda, would you?
Good morning, and I hope I don't lose my voice in the middle of all this. I'm kind of encountering some allergies, and seasonal allergies are going on, I think, but I appreciate all of you, Fiscal Court, and working with us and in the County Clerk's office. I do appreciate all the help that you give us. It's good news and bad news. We do have excess fees, and the bad news is that we are down about $34,000 in our revenue for this year from 2016. So we've come up with the excess fees of the total of $681,397.47, which is down, like I say, about $34,000 from last year.
Still awesome, thank you.
Still awesome.
Well, we take in a lot of money, and we have to thank our citizens of Pulaski County for that for sure, because they're the ones that give it to us to accept and then give back. So we have to give back to them, right?
Especially when you consider, because I talk to treasurers across the state, considering what is turned over from their county clerks in
We're good.
same size, you all are great.
We try not to be wasteful, but we also try to at least get items that we need for what our work is and keep the employees comfortable and make them enjoy coming to work and serving the public like they have to. So I appreciate all my staff in doing that. And I'll just take this time right now to thank my mall branch. They're awesome with taking people down there that don't want to come into the clerk's office up here in the courthouse and battle all the parking issues and all that, and the in and out of not being able to easy access. That's a big plus for us. And of course, my main office here, we do so many other things that the branch office does not do. So we're really privileged here and blessed here in Pulaski County. I would like to take this time also to thank our citizens of Pulaski County, not just for giving and using this money, but also in allowing me the privilege of serving as their county clerk. And we're getting ready for another election for this next year, so everybody keep that in mind, and we'll be even busier over there in the county clerk's office with the absentees and the election issues that we have to encounter when that comes about. So I thank you very much, and also I'd like to just ask a motion to accept the check here. And
Motion.
Second. We have a motion and a second to receive the funds from
Okay.
Linda. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Linda, we appreciate your service. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I'd also like to just give a few amounts, totals here that we've, in 2015, the county clerk's office actually gave over $811,193.15 in excess fees. 16, we gave $835,114.12 in excess fees. 2017, it was down to $681,397.47. So just kind of talking about our revenues being down, and what we're thinking is maybe it's the part of where the tax revenue on new vehicles. In 16, they passed the law that we could start using credit for the used vehicle being traded in. So that's dropped our revenue quite a bit. And all through the state, that's actually been the case. So I just want to thank you and everybody. Everybody have a good day.
All right,
you,
thank you,
Linda.
Linda.
We need to accept the excess fees and the check, or just a check?
I think just the check.
Just a check, okay.
So I can just give Ms. Jones the check over.
Yes, oh, yes,
Thank you.
I love these.
Next item then on the agenda, we have a petition to bring in Schooley Lane into the county road system. I'd like to have a couple of you all volunteer to go and examine Schooley Lane to see if it will fit into our system. Anybody volunteer to do that? It's in the 3rd district, by the way. So we're good, that excludes you, Jimmy.
It's on 461. It belongs to Dwight Sears, part of it does.
Right across from the Jack Shack.
Oh, yeah. I'll go look at it. I'm about to write it down all the time.
I will. Glenn and Mike, thank you. All right. Brings us into our department reports. Is the sheriff with us today? I didn't see him or representative. And David, did you have anything you wanted to address the court with? Coroner, would you like to speak?
Good at the coroner's office.
All right. Linda, you just spoke. I'm assuming you're all done. Stacy Halcomb, Public Safety. In our road department, I've got Jordan here.
You love this part, don't you?
The only thing today is just the approval of the road work.
I've got a copy of your road work request. Your pleasure there.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second to approve the road work request. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. I've got, while he's here, I got one other issue that as many of y'all know, up here at the Cal Ripken Park, they are installing turf on one of their fields there. And I know the city has donated considerably to that project, as have some other donors, and they've asked us if we could provide some rock to go underneath the turf as part of their sub-base there. So I'd like to, I don't have an exact number, it'd probably be under 10 loads, I would imagine.
You want to say the number of tons or anything, or just 10 loads?
I'd just say it'll be under there. I mean, I'd like to help them out, you know,
Yeah, me too.
whatever we do. I
Me
think
too.
it'd be
That's
our
what
part.
Going up there's a lot of kids there.
So if we just get a,
Motion to let them have what rock they need, I guess, as long as it don't exceed how many tons? Anybody got an idea?
I'm gonna take they can't give an exact, but I'd say around 200 ton probably,
Okay.
because of the compaction and how much they have to take out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Weddle is doing the work, and that's why I asked the judge to ask you all to in kind to help with Cal Ripken.
I think the city gave $100,000, so, you know, ours is, we got off a little easier than they did. But anyway, that's their park, though, and it's in the,
Not to exceed 200 ton,
I'd shoot a little higher.
300 ton?
I mean, it just that way we don't have to come back and do it again.
Not to exceed 300 ton.
I'd just say whatever's needed for this project, but I don't know the exact number to tell you.
It's not gonna be anywhere outrageous. I mean, I wouldn't see any more than 300 probably. So it's not, I think they said it was around 10 loads, about 20 ton a load, so.
Well, they need some too for some little parking spots back there on the backfield, you know.
Yes.
If we give them a little more, they could use it back there.
We're basically
Just to help the
we're
field.
investing in our children there. That's what I think, you know, people appreciate that, and I think it's one of the best programs, definitely in this region, you know. Of course, we always have a good tournament from the state.
I just think people like to know the number or whatever, rather than just giving them a open check or whatever to
Blanket.
it. Yeah,
500
that's
ton.
all.
500 ton. No, not
That gives them a
exceed.
little leeway to do that, like you said, Glenn.
Okay. Motion, not to exceed 500 ton.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. you, and I know it's gonna be a good addition to that park up there, so glad we could do our part. Thanks, Jordan. Then we have, next would be our 911 call center. Aaron, do you have anything today? Solid waste, Danny? Animal shelter, anything, Adam? Brings us to our treasurer. I know we've got a couple of things from,
Yes, I do. You bill list. You should have received your bill list in the mail. It's the time of year that it's fairly low. Goodness.
Motion.
we got a motion to accept the bill list.
Second.
And a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
The second thing I have here for your consideration, and I'm losing my voice again, I apologize, is the monthly bank reconciliation.
Y'all have received a copy of the bank reconciliation?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
And I do have one other thing that is, that you don't have in front of you, forgive me, but I'm just a little scattered at this point. I've got 2 weeks until my conference, and it's making me crazy. I do need to get your approval on a budget transfer, a fund transfer, I'm sorry, to industrial development for $25,000. There,
Do we know what for or anything? I mean,
it's for operating expenses. It's salaries, some of the work.
we agreed to do that when we
Correct.
took the money, right?
Yes, we did.
Motion.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I do believe that's all I
I
have.
want to take a minute to brag on Joan here, because what she's talking about, the conference she's got coming up, it's a big deal. She's the president of CACFO. Am I saying that right? Which is the state treasurers. And she will be hosting the conference this year here in Pulaski County, so it's going to be a big boon to our area to bring all these people in to see Pulaski County. And so it's a big undertaking, and we're proud of you, Joan, for pulling that off. We think you're almost there.
It's not pulled off yet, so but thank you.
It'll be good.
Okay.
That's all I have. Thank you.
All right, thank you. It brings us to our citizens' comments in. Today we have two people that have requested to address the report. First is Carl Skaggs, just wants to give an update on the funding that we've allowed him to use and see what he's been able to do with that.
Thank you, Steve, and thanks the court for what you voted to help me finance the charities that we're working with for this fiscal year. And I've got some pass outs here to give you a visual update, so I'm just walking around and give each one of you one of these. I'll explain what it is, but it's pretty close to self-explanatory. But first of all, we have three fantastic, I call them top-of-the-line shows featuring folks from Canada, out of state, in-state, including Rental Valley, and a bunch of local entertainers that are doing a great job every week entertaining the folks of Pulaski County. I'm going to borrow yours for just a minute.
That's fine.
Let me say this. You, last time I was here, you voted to give me $1,000 to do what I do best, and that's help the folks in Pulaski County. Suppose you only had $1, Steve, and 4 people came to you and wanted that dollar, and you had to decide how to help them. Well, when you gave that dollar to me, I took that decision and gave each one of them $1, because what we did, we took that dollar and invested it in entertainment, fundraisers, and created $1 for each one of those 4 people. We have the first show that we're going to do, which is the 22nd of this month, a show called the Red Foley Remembered Show. Red Foley was probably as important to country music and that industry for the United States as well as Canada, Kentucky. as much as Daniel Boone was to Kentucky and the rest of the country. He was a pioneer in his field. He was the first $1 million seller of a gospel tune in country music. He was the first Kentuckian elected to the Country Music Hall of Fame, and he introduced country music nationwide on the Ozark Jubilee in 1956. The first country entertainer to do that on black and white TV, coast to coast, every Saturday night out of Springfield, Missouri. We're going to tell his life story in word and song on the 22nd of September at the Carnegie Arts Center.
March.
That money will go to help needy families in Pulaski County, 100% of the ticket sales. The next show in April is going to benefit the Alzheimer's program, and we have a program scheduled in May that's going to work with, the one in April is for the homeless veterans. The one in May is for the Alzheimer's program. So in addition to that, the money you gave us to help us to rent the Carnegie, that's the fourth dollar. We're helping 4 charities with these 3 shows. So we have, I call it a win-win deal for everybody. The Pulaski County Court helped me. We helped 4 different charities, and we entertain a lot of people along the way. So I came today to say thank you on behalf of those 4 charities and the people of Pulaski County. Appreciate the $1,000, and know that it turned into $4,000. Thank you again.
Thank you, Carl. All right. Next in, I've got Mr. Doug Bentley, who'd like to address the court here. And morning.
Basically here to express my concerns over a drain that's been filled in at the end of Piney Grove Spur. I feel like it's going to create some problems. It's my understanding that it's been signed off on by everybody in the county to be a go on the project, and I'm basically here to find out if that is true and that it's a go for the county, or if there is a reasonable way to look at this and see if this is a good idea or not. So,
What is this? I'd say I'm not familiar right now. I do think that I understand that's on state property.
we've got a lot of discrepancies, yes, but yes, that's my understanding also.
Okay, so, I don't know whether we as a court would have any ability to do anything if it's on
Is the
state
state
property.
doing the work, or is it the county doing the work?
This is the first I've heard about it, so I didn't know.
Is there anybody working on it now at all or anything?
County's dumping lots of rock in the hole.
You know anything about it, Jordan? Do you know?
We went out there and looked at it the other day. Met with this man and looked, and what I seen was we was dumping some excess material on the edge of the road there.
Yeah.
Outside of that, it was our dump truck, I understand that. But as far as us doing work on it,
Yeah, just dumping waste and,
excess material.
yeah.
I can say this, if you'll leave your phone number with me, I'll try to look into this and give you an answer.
I'd appreciate that. I'll do that. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bentley. Do y'all have anything else? I've got one announcement. I would just want to wish our Southwestern High School basketball warriors good luck in state tournament. It was a great regional tournament all around. All three teams did very well and represented us well, and it's exciting to see our youth going forward, and I just wish them luck at state tournament tomorrow evening at 6:30, I believe, is game time. So if you can make it to support them, it'd be great. So do you all have anything else to? We'll take a motion to adjourn. Motion. Second? Second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed?